That's a lot of people. I had trouble thinking about where I would be 10 minutes from now, let alone 10 years. I think as time went on, I think at the beginning there was an attitude of like, I wanted to give this project exactly 10 years and see how things would go. And I think having that long-term goal really helped minimize the sting of all the little things that would come up. Like when we first came here, it was really difficult. Our first year here was really challenging. I think I ran out of money here within my first probably 3 months of being here in the UK. And those were some tough times. And all that kept going through in my brain was, you know what, this is part of anybody's journey who's ever done anything successful. And like I said, I'd given it a 10-year kind of target for myself. Let's just see what happens in 10 years. And so when all those things would happen that weren't in our favor, they didn't sting as much, because it was a longer term goal. Yeah, I think so. I think that there's a lot of different philosophies on how people should approach business, and for me, it's almost counterproductive to say slow down. It's almost counterproductive to say, let's try and slow things down and slow the game down a little bit so that things become a lot clearer, so that we don't put diesel fuel inside of the Ferrari. No matter how great the sports car is, if you don't put the right fuel in it, it's going to stall. And so, I've always found that really important to, just be methodical, just make sure that, we're extraordinary at the ordinary things, and that we're just ticking off the boxes along the way, because if you're doing the little things, the big things will definitely take care of themselves. I think it's funny. We just had a call actually from one of the people that I helped put into business for themselves about 4 months ago. And I've been working with him for a while now. And he calls me the other day and he's like, "Hey, Heck, I just wanted to say thank you." And I'm like, "Okay, for what?" And he's like, "You sent out this invitation for this, 10-year anniversary party." And it made me really start thinking about like how many lives have been affected, in 10 years, including mine. He was referring to himself. Mm-hmm. And because he's done a lot of great things. He's done a lot of traveling, was going down to South Africa to go speak at a conference down there. It really kind of took me by surprise, because one, I don't get a lot of thank yous, not that I look for it, but it made me really start reflecting that, what, he is right. In 10 years we have impacted a lot of people. And I always say to my team, I even said it this morning to them, that when people walk out of our front door, whether they're going to leave to represent a client for us, they're going to leave to go open up a new office for us, or they're just going to leave to go pursue a different career, people are going to leave better. And I think for me, that's the biggest thing that I'm most proud of, is that we have impacted a lot of people's lives in a positive way. That's the part that I'm most proud of, for sure.